182 macro F1 score, consider with the validation result. But looking at the per class scores, the non-sarcasm class clearly outperform the sarcasm class. In other words, the model is biased toward the majority class, which confirm that we need a class balancing technique. Okay, next. Okay, this is the result after we apply Bruce, both on its own and combined with Classweek. Both give stable performance, but Bruce plus Classweek achieve a higher macro F1 score, and the confusion matrix on the right tell the story that Bruce plus Classweek shown at the bottom improve correct prediction of the sarcasm class with only a slight increase in misclassifying the non-sarcasm class. That is exactly the trade-off we want for a minority class. Okay, next. Okay, and then we try the partial random oversampling uh, or PROS. The oversample approach, adding Classweek node accuracy up slightly, but actually lower the F1 score. So the confusion matrix here show that adding Classweek does not really help once we have already oversampled the data. At that point, the data is already fairly balanced. Okay, next. Okay, bringing it together, our model, our base model is Bruce plus Classweek. It reaches 1.84 accuracy and 1.83 macro F1 score with the highest sarcasm class F1 score of 1.80 and only a small trade-off of the non-sarcasm class. And by contrast, pros gave comparable but slightly lower gains. And once the data was balanced, adding Classweek gave no further benefit, even reducing sarcasm performance a little. Okay, next. Okay, this chart compare everything with two main takeaways. First, every Indobert tweet variant clearly beats the LSTM plus doc2fact baseline, which only reached 1.73 macro F1 score, confirming that contextual embedding captures sarcasm for better than static document vectors. Second, balancing helps Bruce leave macro F1 score and Bruce with Classweek reach the best score. One harness because our data is specific to kabur aja dulu in particular time frame, the pattern learned may reflect our phenomena rather than Indonesian sarcasm in general. Okay, next, let me wrap up with the conclusion. Okay, the experimental result show that class balancing technique significantly affect model performance. The best performance was achieved by the combination of Bruce and Classweek. This approach improved the model sensitivity to the minority class while maintaining balanced performance across class. Furthermore, the result demonstrated that Indobert tweet outperformed the traditional LSTM model with doc2fact embeddings, confirming that Indobert tweet is more capable of capture contextual and informal language pattern in Indonesian tweets. Okay, that's bring me to the end of my presentation. Next. Thank you very much for your attention. I will be happy to take any question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your insightful presentation, Miss Untari. And again, we start the Q&A session. So every authors or this one, there are four authors or presenters. So is there any question from any other audience? I give you 5 minutes for the question answer session. Is there any question? You can try to write down your question at the chat box or raise your hand at the Zoom meetings. You can react it with raise hand. Okay, is there anyone? Okay, I think there are no question. I think I will ask to Miss Untari as the authors of this research, especially Miss Untari Novia Wisesti. Why the researcher choose X or X platform as the one of the object, and why sarcasm? Why is it sarcasm become one of the prominent thing in the platform of X or any other things?
Yes, the sarcasm is one thing that really difficult to detect because if we use some positive word, but the meaning is the opponent. So, for example, if we say that I love this food because I think this food is really cheap, that the taste is cheap too, for example. So the meaning is because although I already said that the food is I love the food, but the meaning is the opponent because in sarcasm, for the justification, I say that the food is cheap, but the taste is already is cheap too.
Okay,
Okay.
I see. And I want to ask about, is there any clinical recommendation that the researchers have already tried to find about maybe just like a sarcasm become one of the factors that can be uh, that affect to the mental health, or maybe sometimes we are talking about the Gen Z. Sometimes they are really prone
Yes.
of the mental health problem. And is it the one of the background that this research are come from? Is it
Yes.
yeah?
This is one of the background that come from, as we know, the kabur aja dulu. Um, Majority is says by the Gen Z here.
Ah,
So they not want to be in Indonesian because maybe there are so many problem here. So they want to try another country to live on. But I think that maybe in mental health, uh, they not want to live in difficult way. So they want to um, choose the easy life, maybe to prevent the mental health. Uh,
okay. Okay, thank you for your question and so for your answer. And the time is only 1 minute left. Is there any
okay.
one have a question to the Miss Untari about the presentation about the Indonesian sarcasm and detection with kabur aja dulu? Okay, no, I think there are no question left, so we can try to continue our presentation. Let's see here. Oh, we'll head back to the first authors. There is Joseph Lee Allen from
Yes.
Bina Nusantara University. Are you ready for the presentation?
Uh,
And
yes.
okay, you have finished the problem now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you have already prepared now. Okay, okay. Let me introduce and let me see the insightful presentation from Joseph Lee Allen. Okay, Joseph, the
Yes.
screen and time is yours.
Can you share screen the presentation for me?
Okay, wait a minute. I will help you to share the screen.
Okay,
Okay, the presenter has already shown.
okay,
So let the show begin. The time is yours.
okay. Hello, respected moderator. My name is Yosef Lealan. Right now, I'm gonna presentate about my paper, which called Understanding Mobile Commerce App Ratings Through Topic Modeling and Regression Analysis. Evidence from Zalora Reviews. Next. Here are the content list. There are the introduction will be background explanation behind this paper. The method is the methodology used in this paper. The result and discussion is the result from the research and what we found. The conclusion is the solution for the company to improve. Next. Introduction. Zalora is an app for online shopping that focuses on fashion product. The study main focus is to understand mobile app ratings, how it works, and how to process it properly to improve the company performance and also the impact it gives for the company. Next. First, online reviews influence consumer perception, trust, and decision making. The large volume of review data is difficult to analyze manually. Previous study mainly focused on sentiment analysis rather than measuring the impact of specific review topics on ratings. The research model integration of LDA and OLS regression to identify factors that increase and decrease app ratings. The abstract. The study analyzed 1,845 Zalora app reviews collected from the Google App Store to identify the main topics discussed by users and examine their influence on app ratings. LDA was used to extract review topics, while ordinary least squares or OLS regression was employed to measure their effects on ratings. The finding indicate that positive shopping experience improve ratings, whereas issues related to payments, customer service, and delivery reduce app ratings. Next, the methods. The data is from English language Zalora reviews. The source is from Google Play Store from May 2022 until January 2026. The preprocessing we use text cleaning, tokenization, stop-word removal, background formation, and vocabulary filtering. The analysis techniques, the LDA we use for topic extraction, OLS regression to assess topic effects on ratings, logistic regression to classify high and low ratings. Next. The result and discussion. The result, 13 major topics were identified and extracted from the reviews using LDA. The model performance, the OLS can explain 33.3% of the variation in app ratings. Logistic regression shows a good ability to distinguish between low and high ratings. Accuracy, the model correctly classified user ratings in 76.3% of cases. Next. The value drivers is positive shopping experience, authentic product and brand variety, price attractiveness, pricing fairness, and refund issues. The risk drivers is voucher or payment problems, voucher login, and technical errors, customer service dissatisfaction, delivery delay, and order management. Next, the conclusion. Zalora app ratings are strongly influenced by user experience reflected in their reviews. Companies should enhance shopping experiences, ensure product authenticity, maintain competitive pricing, and offer a wide range of brands. At the time, reducing issues related to payments, login systems, customer service, and delivery process is essential to improve user satisfaction and app ratings. Thank you. Is there any question?
Okay, thank you for your insightful presentation, Mr. Joseph. Shall we call you Mr. Mr. Joseph? And maybe we start for the question and answer session. So, is there any question for Mr. Joseph Lee Allen?
Maybe I
For the
will ask a couple of questions.
Okay,
Uh,
go forward.
the first one is why don't you use sentiment analysis for your method? And then why you use OLS regressions in this research? Thank you.
Okay. The first one, why I don't use sentiment analysis, because sentiment can only detect positive, negative, or neutral reviews. Instead, LDA can identify the specific topics and can be used for the company to deeply correct their company. And for the OLS, I use OLS to identify the relation between the LDA result to make the company can know which topics impact more on ratings review. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Is it satisfying for the answer? Muhammad, I forgot what name. Muhammad Ryan. Is the answer
Yes.
satisfies you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we still have 3 minutes left for the Q&A session. Is there any question left from any authors?
Okay, I can give any question here.
Okay, Miss Untari.
Okay, I just curious why do you use regression analysis here? That many state of the art here already use the deep learning.
Firstly, because it is recommended by my lecturer,
Okay.
because I don't really understand the mechanics and I only learn the basics.
Okay, then you have any justification why you not use any deep learning and just use the regression analysis?
It's not really my expertise.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Okay, so did the answer satisfy you, Miss Untari?
Uh,
Maybe
especially
is there
I I expect another answer here, but maybe it's not his
capability.
capability.
Okay, so the research are a bit narrow with these topics, I guess, and your research only using one methodology that are not become one of the general problem. But I guess it will come a good solution or suggestion for maybe for the future research that you can try to input at your research next maybe when you are take maybe you continue your study in this magister or something else, I guess it will be a benefit for you for your yeah, for make your quality of research better, I guess. So we are in the end of the Q&A session. Is there any question left? Maybe for the last 1 minute. If there are no one ask for a question, then we will continue our journey of this conference. And now the paper with title Data-Driven Analysis of User Reviews using Transformer-Based Sentiment Classification. So it is the sentiment analysis, yeah. And topic modeling, a case study of Strava from Abdul Majid, Binus University.
Yes.
Okay, you have already. Okay, this is Muhammad Raya become one of or Abdul Majid will present.
Abdul Majid.
Abdul Majid. Okay, the screen and time is yours.
Can help your paper.
Maybe I will share the screen.
Okay, so you need my help for screen. Oh, you will. Okay. Okay, it's already shown, so the show can begin.
Okay, I'm ready. Yes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abdul Majid from Bina Nusantara University. Today, I like your present or research entitled Data-Driven Analysis of User Review using Transformer Based Sentiment Classification and Topic Modeling Case Study of Strava. This study explore how your sentiment analysis and topic modeling can be used to understand your experience and preparation toward the Strava fitness application. Next. Before I begin, here is content list. The first one, introduction, research methodology, and result and discussion, and finally, the conclusion and key finding of our study. Next. Next, introduction. In recent years, digital transformation has significantly changed subscription based business model. Many digital platforms now focus on long-term user retention and customer experience. One example is Strava, a fitness platform with premium business model. As competition among digital platform increases, understanding user feedback becomes increasingly important for maintaining service quality and customer satisfaction. Can I help next? Next, introduction, research, and background. User review provide valuable insight into user experience and satisfaction. However, analyze manually thousands of review is difficult and time consuming. Therefore, this study use sentiment analysis and topic modeling to identify user opinion and key topic while applying Roberta based on previous study showing strong performance. Next. For this research, we collected 5,000 user review from Google Play Store. The analysis we conducted using two sentiment classification approach. The first one, Feather, which is lexicon based model, and second one, Roberta, which is transformer based deep learning model. And also, we applied ELIA for topic modeling. The sentiment classification performance we evaluated using accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. Fact, result, and discussion. Our finding show that Robert achieved better sentiment classification performance compared to Feather. Roberta reached an accuracy score of 0.757 and binary accuracy of 0.861. This indicates the transfer-based model are modeling effective at understanding contextual meaning with user review. Next, result and discussion. Positive review mainly focus on 3 times: tracking accuracy and performance, overall user satisfaction, and is the use support by Strava social feature. This finding suggests that user highly value Strava score, functionally, and user experience. Meanwhile, negative review were more diverse and mainly relate to subscription, synchronization problem, GPS inaccuracy, application crash, and update dissatisfaction. This indicate the technical operational issue are the main source and of user dissatisfaction. And last one, conclusion. In conclusion, Roberta performed better than Father in sentiment analysis, positive review, focus on user experience and tracking feature, while negative review were mainly related to technical issue. This finding highlight the importance of system reliability and user retention. Thank you very much for attention. Is there any question?
Okay, thank you for your presentation, Mr. Yeah, Mr. So I'll call Mr. or Junior. Okay, Mr. Abdul Majid. This is really insightful about Strava. Okay, is there any question for this presentation?
Yes, I would like to
Okay, Ms. Yosef.
ask.
Mr. Yosef, the time is yours.
Okay, the first one, why did you choose Strava for your research? And the second one is, what is the main difference between Vader and Roberta? That's it.
Why did you choose Strava? First, we choose Strava simple because it's one the most popular fitness application. So one can get lots of data, and me personal use Strava to tracking walking or jogging. The way we are the interest to application Strava. And second one, what the main difference between Feder and Roberta? Feder use of different rules-based approach, the Jude based on word, while Robert is more complex, they use deep learning to understand the context.
Okay,
Yosef? Okay.
is it already finished
Uh,
for yourself?
Finish?
Does it satisfy your question?
yes.
Okay, thank you for your question. And now I want to ask about your research, Abdul Majid. Actually, why you choose Strava as your main topics? Because is it because the now it's recently become a trending. There is a Lali culture, culture runner. So is it the one of the reason why you take this subject of topics for this research, or or maybe any others, any other reason that are maybe seemingly more researchful or maybe more scientific about your introduction? Or can you show me what things that you are interested with this research? Why you are interested with Strava?
Maybe I will answer the question.
Okay.
We choose Strava simply because for now, Strava is the most popular fitness applications. So everybody use Strava. So we can get a lot of data because of that. So it's more easier. And then personally, I and Majid for daily using Strava for track our walking and jogging. Maybe that's the reason.
Okay, so it's a self-experience, right? So you are using Strava also, and you are trying to research this more deeply about. Okay,
Yes.
so the time is 2 minutes left. Is there any question from any authors or maybe from any audience here? Because there are still 2 minutes left. Or maybe I will ask again about your agenda for your future research. Why are you trying, or maybe what are your uh, strategy or maybe your planning for further research of this? Because not only from this method, I guess I will read again about the method using sentiment classification, right? Yeah, using a sentiment classification. Is it the most effective? Yeah. Is it the most effective method that can be used for this research? Or did you have any other opinion about any methodologies or maybe any approach that can try to get more effective or maybe more accurate data for the Strava users?
Maybe we can use this data to get more better applications on this Strava application.
Okay, so you are tried or maybe you have any plan for use any other methodology for it?
For now, maybe we're not thinking about that.
I see. Okay. So that's enough for me. And it's 7 minutes, 7 seconds left. Okay. We'll close this Q&A session. And now we continue our paper presentation. Let's see here. The last one is integrating network science and transformer-based opinion mining in West Nusa Tenggara destination from Rafila Zilal Hasanuddin from Telkom University. Okay, are you ready,
Yes.
Miss Rafila?
Yeah, ready.
Okay,
Okay,
so
let
you
me share
can
my
share
screen.
your screen.
Okay,
Okay, the screen is yours.
thank you. Let me share my screen first, okay? Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yeah, it's already visible and it's already shown. So the shown can begin.
Okay, wait. Okay, good afternoon, distinguished chair and fellow recipient. Let me start with something simple. Every year, millions of tourists visit West Nusa Tenggara and leave their review online. But behind those reviews lies an untapped story. Where they go, what they truly feel, and how destinations are connected. The question is, can we turn this information into meaningful insight for tourism development? That is the question that brought us here today. My name is Rafila Zilal Hasanuddin, representing Telkom University Indonesia, and it is my honor to present our research titled Integrating Network Science and Transformer-Based Opinion Mining in West Nusa Tenggara Destination. This presentation is structured into 4 sections: the introduction, our method, the result, and discussion, and finally the conclusion with direction for future research. And let us begin with the introduction. Okay, West Nusa Tenggara has everything a destination needs: natural beauty, cultural richness, government-backed investment in Mandalika as a super priority destination. Yet tourist arrival remain concentrated in only a few locations. The potential is there, but the distribution is not. Here is the challenge. Investment decisions are often made without comprehensive data on how tourists move or what they actually think. Meanwhile, millions of reviews on platforms like Google Maps contain valuable signals, but turning them into insight is not straightforward. And here is the gap. Study on tourist sentiment and study on tourist mobility, they exist, but are usually separate and rarely applied together. And in the context of West Nusa Tenggara specifically, barely explored at all. And that is the gap this study fills. To address this gap, our study aims to map tourist perception and interdestination mobility across 15 destinations in West Nusa Tenggara by integrating of bird-based sentiment analysis, cognitive image classification, and social network analysis. It analyzes sentiment, classify review into 6 cognitive dimensions, and maps this destination connectivity as a regional network. Now let us walk through our method. Our data were collected from Google Maps review across 15 leading tourist destinations in West Nusa Tenggara. The initial dataset contained 39,627 reviews retrieved via SocialX platform, and after pre-processing, 35,377 reviews remain, representing a 10.73% exclusion rate. All reviews were translated into English using GPT-4o for linguistic consistency. We employed 2 text mining approaches. The first one, sentiment analysis, using a BERT model fine-tuned on 1,000 label tourism review, achieving 92.5% accuracy and a macro F1 score of 0.925. And the second, cognitive image classification, which categorized a review into 6 destination image dimension using 3,000 label review, achieving 87.83% accuracy and a macro F1 score of 0.878. And for social network analysis, only reviewers who visit more than one destination were retained. Co-visitation relationships were extracted as underrated weight edges, transforming 35,377 reviews into 9,451 co-visitation pairs and producing a network of 50 nodes and 105 weighted edges. Okay, let us now turn to our result and discussion. So, if we look at the sentiment analysis result, overall, 79.5% of review come in positive, which tell us that the majority of tourists leave West Nusa Tenggara with a good impression. The top destinations are Bukit Merese, Sade Village, and Senggigi Beach, all sitting about 85% positive. On the other hand, Pink Beach, Gili Air, and Tanjung Aan record the highest level of negative sentiment, with Pink Beach being the most concerning. Overall, this gap doesn't really come from the quality of the attraction themselves, but more from differences in service quality and visitor experience. This leads us to the cognitive image analysis. Okay, here we found that natural attraction is the most dominant aspect in how tourists perceive destination. Both natural attraction and cultural attraction are very strongly rated, with 90.1% and 91.2% positive sentiment respectively, showing that the core tourist appeal in West Nusa Tenggara is actually very strong. And however, the challenges are more on the operational side. Infrastructure and facilities show 37.9% negative sentiment, accessibility 43%, and most importantly, price and value is the only dimension where negative sentiment dominates, reaching 55.2%. So this suggests that the issue is not the attraction, but how the destinations are managed and supported. Moving on to the social network analysis, tourist movement in West Nusa Tenggara from an interconnected travel network, not isolated visit. Sade Village stand out as the most central destination with a weighted degree of 3,230, followed by Bukit Merese at 3,094 and Kuta Mandalika Beach at 2,848. This showed that the Sade village is highly connected with other destinations and played a key role in the overall travel pattern. We also see a strong cluster in southern Lombok connecting Sade village, Bukit Merese, Kuta Mandalika Beach, Tanjung Beach, Seger Beach, and the Mandalika Circuit. On the other end, destinations like the Gili Island, Pink Beach, Mount Rinjani, and Sendang Gila Waterfall tend to stand more alone, with weaker connection to other spots. At the pair level, the strongest connection is between Bukit Merese and Sade Village with 926 coefficient or 9.8%. Overall, the top 6 destination pair account for 37.9% of all co-visitation, showing that tourism in West Nusa Tenggara is strongly centered in the southern Lombok circuit. Okay, let us now move to the conclusion. So, what do all of these findings tell us? We can draw 3 key conclusions. The first one, overall tourist sentiment is mostly positive, with natural attraction and cultural attraction consistently rate highly and confirming strong core destination asset. The second, the main gaps are not coming from the attraction themselves, but from operational aspect. Issues such as infrastructure, accessibility, and especially price and value show noticeable dissatisfaction. This suggests that improvement should focus more on management and service quality rather than the destination. The third, tourist movement is concentrated in a certain Lombok cluster, with Sade Village as the most connected destination. The main co-visitation routes highlight clear opportunity for coordinated regional development along high-traffic areas. And last, for the future research, we suggest 3 directions. The first one, tracking how sentiment changes over time to better understand trends. Second, examining whether improvement in key infrastructure can influence tourist movement across destination. And third, reducing potential bias in review data by comparing multiple platforms such as TripAdvisor. And that brings us to the end of this presentation. And I hope this finding contribute to more evidence-based tourism planning in West Nusa Tenggara and inspire similar integrated approaches in other emerging destinations. Thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, thank you for your insightful presentation. Okay, there's a question from Puja Silaban. You have already raised your hand.
Okay, your
Sorry, can
research
you
so
open your camera
okay.
before you? Okay. Okay.
Hey, your research so interesting. So I have 2 questions for you, Rafila. The first one is why did all other platforms like TripAdvisor or X as your data source? And second, why did you choose BERT over other sentiment analysis methods? As we know, BERT has several types.
Sorry, can you repeat the question, the first question?
Okay. The first one is why did you use Google Maps reviews instead of other platforms like TripAdvisor or X as your data source?
Okay, maybe I will answer the first question. Why I chose Google Maps review instead another platform? I chose Google Maps review because it provides a large amount of user-generated content, and the platform is also widely used by both domestic and international tourists, making the review can more diverse and representative of actual visitor experience. And unlike other platforms that usually appeal to specific niche by such as international traveler or tech-savvy social media user, but Google Maps is used by almost everyone. And in addition, almost all destinations in West Nusa Tenggara have a Swift review data on Google Maps, making it the most suitable platform for conducting comparative analysis across multiple destinations. And for the second question, it's about my method. It's right.
Yeah, why did you choose BERT over other sentiment analysis methods?
Okay.
As we know, BERT has several types.
Okay, why I choose BERT method? Because it is a state-of-art deep learning model that Excel can understand the true content of human language. Unlike simpler method, buried sentences in both direction, left to right and right to left simultaneously, allowing it to capture subtle nuance, slang, and complex sentence structure. And these approaches prove by very effective, as shown by our research, our result, where the model achieved 92.50% accuracy and a macro F1 score of 0.925 on 35,377 review, indicating a strong and reliable performance for sentiment analysis in my study. Thank you.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you, Rafaela.
Okay, thank you for your question and answer. Because the time is already 1 minute left, I guess only one question can be allowed for this session. Okay, all of the paper has been presented. So this is the end of the session. Thank you for your coming today and for all of the presenters. I hope at the last of these meetings there will be a best presenter that will be announced for. So, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the parallel session. And on behalf of ICADES 2026, I would like to thank you all, especially for our presenter here for the exceptional contributions and all of the insights. And I hope all of this research can be better one, of course. And I would like to extend my gratitude to all of the participants here on behalf of the ISADAYS 2026. I will hope the session are not stop here, but we can reach each other maybe in any others, maybe LinkedIn or any others contact uh, so to make a sustainable insight, sustainable program. And please be reminded that the next session will begin at, no, it's the last, right? This is the last parallel session. So I hope you can go back to the main session or the main room and see you at the next opportunity. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mr. Seno.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You can go
You.
back to the
Much.
main room.